always wanted to see a great white shark. I mean, I've seen it on television. I hear stories about it. My whole life, I thought, I have to see this amazing thing that everybody talks about. Hell, we have Jaws. We want to see that shark. I've been diving for over 5 years, and I have never seen a great white shark. To be able to see a great white shark is an incredible thing because at a point, I thought that I might never get to see one. Everybody is telling us that there's less and less white sharks in the ocean, and everybody at a point spoke about how South Africa is the home of white sharks. And what would it mean if someone like me as well, who dives almost every day, has never seen one? And so to be able to witness it is just a wonder, it is awe, and it is ultimately, how do we preserve it for the generations to come? Because these white sharks are part of South Africa's heritage. Seeing my first ever white shark was incredible. First, it was the breach. Second was in the cage. It was mind-blowing for me. It was emotional, and I often talk about how the ocean has afforded me this magic that I never thought exists, and over it just keeps on like giving these big gifts. And to be with these incredible women, as I saw my first shark, I think it's the second gift, right? It's the idea that, you know, we're all living through these big dreams and hopes that we have, but to be able to share it in such a warm, beautiful space. And I mean, as I started crying, Ellie held me, right? And that's the thing about women's spaces. They're powerful, they're soft, they're feminine, and no one quite understands how emotional these things can be. Growing up, I didn't know that we could scuba dive. And so the idea of this entire world is still mind-blowing to me. It still has not actually fully landed in my body. I pinch myself often, I cry often, and I just cry from the depth of gratitude. 10 years ago, there's no way I would have been here. I just hope that we as humanity are able to find ways that help us protect nature better, where every decision that we make, we're so much more intentional. And that intentionality will always protect the natural world. There's the privilege, right, of being able to see sharks in the wild. The fact that I was in the water with them, in their territory, there's just so much there. And I really wish more people get to witness the incredible life that lives under there. And I guess it starts by us protecting it, the entire ocean.
Comes, here it comes, here it comes. Yeah! Did we get it? Got it! Amazing! So now that she's tagged, what are we gonna call her? I think we should call her Zandi.
I love that.
That is incredible.
Yeah, now we have a Zandi swimming around the South African coast.
Mission accomplished.
My family, for the longest time, thought I was crazy. Everyone just kind of thinks, you know, what is Zandi doing now? And my grandmother, for a very long time, said, you should not be there. But a year ago, I showed her one video, and she looked over at me and she said, you've been given an opportunity that many people will never have. You better be wise with what you do with this gift. I'll never forget that day because it was the moment when we stopped fighting about me being in the water. And she started telling the neighbors, she's like, that one being me. And it's so special to be able to share the moments with her, to share what I see under there with her, because in her time, the waters were inaccessible. It's a big and proud feeling in my body to be able to share the experience with her, because we never ever thought it was possible before. I'm South Africa's first Black African freediving instructor, and I'm also the founder of the Black Mermaid Foundation, an organization that is working to create diverse representation in ocean spaces. In the Black Mermaid Foundation, we go out on these ocean excursions, and we get to learn about the challenges that the oceans are facing. We talk about plastic, we talk about climate change, we talk about how species are becoming less and less in the ocean space. And then we kit up, get into the ocean, and we explore. What is always interesting is that it always goes from wild terror to wild joy, and good luck trying to get the kids out the water. And it's just wild how, as you create space for people to learn something new, you really do stand a chance of changing their narrative, their lens to life and their perspective. And somewhere, you know, what for me always grabs my heart is the first moment when one of the kids say, there's a starfish. Then I start crying, the kid is crying, we're all crying, it's a mess. But the whole idea is that they trusted enough to look beneath the surface long enough to see the magic that lives under there. If we're gonna create a change and make the oceans more diverse, it starts with the little ones.